my oldest daughter, who just turned 19 recently, she just graduated college with her AA. And everybody is asking, like, what's next? Are you going to get your bachelor's? What are you doing? Which this? And I just feel sad because as a society, we're always like on top of young adults, be like, what are you going to do? What's your future? What's your plans? Blah, blah. And you know what? Some people know. Like, some people just know. My 14-year-old loves Legos. She loves being creative. And she's like, I want to be an engineer. She's been saying that for 2 years now. So most likely she'll end up being an engineer because she just loves building things and being creative. And the things that she can do with Legos is pretty cool. So she knows. But my oldest is like, I'm not sure. I don't know yet. And I told her, I'm like, that's okay. And I respect her because she's very mature. And she said, I don't want to go to college and just waste your money when I'm not sure 100% what I want to do. And I commend her for that. That's great. She understands, what hard work is and how expensive things can be. And so we appreciate that. She values how hard her dad works for the family. And with homeschooling, I encourage all my kids to at least get their AA because with dual enrollment, it's free. You get 2 years of schooling for free, and at least they have that foundation, whether they want to continue to build their education on that foundation or they might want to go in the workforce. And then who knows, 5 years later, they might want to get their bachelor degree in something, and at least they have that foundation. But I'm okay if she just wants to join the workforce. I'm okay. I love, like, trade school is making a comeback. I think that's so important. There's so many trades out there that, are shorthanded. And so I think that's wonderful. I'm not sure what she's going to do. I know that she's going on a mission trip to Honduras to an orphanage. And who knows, she might get a passion or a spark working with children. I don't know. So we'll have to see what that experience brings into her life, and we support her wholeheartedly. And it's just crazy. It's like we expect as a society for these 19, 20, 21-year-olds to have it all figured out when I know 30 and 40-year-olds who still haven't figured it out. They still don't know what they're doing, or they have these degrees and they're working in a job where they're not even using their degree. Or I have friends that have a degree and went to school and they're like, this is horrible. I'm thinking about doing something else, And so here are seasoned adults that still don't have it figured out, but yet we expect these young adults to have their life figured out. We need to be their encourager and say, you know what? It's okay. It's okay if you don't have it figured out and you just need time. Now, there's a difference between figuring out and being responsible and paying for your bills. So my oldest knows if she decides not to go to get her bachelor's in the fall, that we're totally okay with it. But she is responsible for paying her bills. So what that looks like is up to her. So as long as she has a job to pay her bills, until she figures out, we're okay with that. We're not going to let her just not work or not go to school or nothing like that. No, you have to, it's one or the other. You have to figure it out. As far as like, if you want to work full time now and then until you figure out what you want to do. And I told her, I said, you might end up getting a job a couple years from now and love that employer. And they might even have an incentive where they might pay for some of the schooling. And you might be able to do that. And you have that foundation of your AA. So, it works wonderfully. And so I just feel like as a society, we need to stop pressuring young adults to have it all figured out when there's a lot of seasoned adults out here who have no idea. I never went to college. I didn't really care for schooling. And so the thought of doing more schooling and paying for it was just like, that's crazy. And I didn't know I would be a stay-at-home mom for 19 years and a homeschool mom for 13 years. And I love homeschooling. I love learning alongside my children, things that I've learned in school and things I haven't learned in school, new things I learned. I love the hands-on aspect. It's just a different way of schooling, and I love that. Like, that really gets me excited and to do new things with them. So, But for me, that just wasn't an option. College just was not an option, and that's okay. You know, God just gave me a whole different life than I ever thought I would, and I'm so grateful for that. And, you know, these young adults, they just need to figure it out for themselves and figure out, you know, who they are and what their passions are and what their interests are. And some kids, yeah, they have it. They know. They have it all figured out. But there's a lot of kids who don't. They don't know and they don't have to figure out. And I've even told my kids, I'm like, listen, it's with everything in life. You start dating someone, oh, when are you gonna get engaged? You get engaged. When are you getting married? Then you get married. When you having kids, and then you have kids, and then, you know, it's just it never ends. It's always something. So I just feel like we need to just tell our children to learn to cancel the outside noise and, you know, be responsible. But it's okay if it takes some young adults longer to figure out what they want to do. And whether it's go to trade school or go to college or just join the workforce. None of those options should be looked down upon.